We're here at the Southampton Boat Show 2024, and I'm chatting with Adrien Burnand, who's the Head of Marketing and Communication at British Marine. We're obviously responsible for this amazing show. So it'd be good to find out a little bit more about what that entails, who you are, what your job is, and how that relates to the show.
Absolutely. I work for British Marine, which is the trade association for the leisure marine, super yachts and small commercial sector. And every year we put on the UK's national boat show, which is the Southampton International Boat Show, which welcomes 100,000 visitors over 10 days. And we've got about 650 watercraft across the whole site. So my role, in a nutshell, is to promote, evolve, and develop the show with an amazing team that we have at British Marine.
Okay, and how important is the boat show to British Marine and also to the marine industry in general?
It's super important. As the UK's national boat show, essentially what we're doing is we're bringing together visitors with those looking to sell products, services and boats and create that marketplace in which they can do it. But equally, it's a place in which we can bring the whole boating and water sports community together to celebrate the end of the season and celebrate everything that's great about boating. It's a real showcase for our industry.
And what sort of challenges does the show present to you? You know, the organisational side of it. I mean, is it a big deal? I mean, I would assume so.
It's a challenging event. It's outdoors. It's across multiple sites. That marina we see in the background, it doesn't actually exist. We build that all, and essentially we put together the whole show within 30 days.
30 days.
And then we take it apart in 30 days as well. So it's quite a considerable but rewarding project to work on.
And when do you start planning for the show?
Planning never stops. So we're working on next year's show already. From the marketing perspective, we're constantly engaging with our exhibitors, our stakeholders, and also our visitors. And we're constantly working on the show. So it really hypes up around June, July time when people are looking forward with the weather forecast as to what's happening in September.
Now, how big is the team that's sort of working specifically on the boat show?
So we're quite a small team at British Marine. We have about 34 people that work for the association. A small proportion of that work on the show itself. The rest is focused on supporting British Marine members and supporting the interests of the industry. A small fraction, but we actually all come together to support the event and each other as well.
And it's quite unusual that it has its own purpose-built marina. I mean, why did that come about? I mean, what's the sort of rationale?
Yeah, so Southampton Boat Show has been around for many years. This is the 55th edition, believe it or not. The first show was in 1969 when Abbey Road was released by the Beatles. So it's an event with immense historical value. It's based in Southampton, a maritime hub. There are a lot of marine businesses in and around the local area, and it just makes sense to have it in this space.
Yeah.
It's very hard to come across a place where you've got access to the water and so much space on the land to bring the two together. So our show's about 70,000 square meters in total.
Wow. Bringing through young people, growing the sailing world, bringing more women into the sport. I guess that's very important too.
Absolutely. I mean, what you see here is just the sort of the visitor B2C perspective of the event, but actually there are loads of little events that run in parallel to the show itself. We have about 1,000 students that come on our Careers and Schools Day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We have the Women in Marine event, which is immensely popular on the Thursday, where loads of professionals get together. There's networking opportunities, and they actually all head out on our cruise ship, the Ocean Scene,
Nice.
for some talks and networking as well. So as a showcase and as an event, it's important to attract a younger demographic and also new audiences as well.
Yeah. And where do you see, I mean, I imagine it's quite difficult to sort of develop the show over the years. I mean, how do you work on that in terms of changing things and switching it around and all the rest of it?
Well, you've got to keep it really fresh. We constantly challenge the show, its layout and the content within it. This year, for example, we've introduced this whole new space here with a VIP quayside club element to it as well. But we've had to evolve the show over years. You know, many years ago it was all about just the boats on display, and now it is a show in its own right. So it's about bringing together the community at the end of the season, like-minded people into a great space. So we've introduced a live music space, our shipyard.
Yeah.
We've got Chris Moyles DJing, headlining on the first Saturday. We've got Oasis with an extra S. And we've got the Symphonic Orchestra playing next Saturday as well. And there's live music all the way through. We've got a foredeck stage where we've got speakers like Sir Romanex Johnson up there, Hannah Stodel, and some of our legends from the industry sharing advice, experience and inspiring people. And then we're aiming to get 15,000 people out on the water. So
wow.
We have opportunities to get out on the paddleboard. We've got a lake at the entrance, which is a safe environment in which you can get afloat. We've got powerboats, ribs, yachts, a tall ship, all of which you can go out on, included in your day.
Yeah, I could now go and have a look around the show.